Blue scarf.
He took all of these things. Very like over here. Then it's going to keep it.
Right, right.
You know, sometimes you work for, I remember I was doing a movie where there was a sequence that, you know, there's a lot of people, they fight with me and my clothes are torn and, you know, put me in the mud and everything else. And we told them, I told them, I said, look, the continuity will not be there. You know, if I remove the clothes and they wash it again, you know. So you believe me, we shot for 48 hours.
I don't know.
For 48 hours non-stop to complete that sequence so that it looks natural. But when we saw on the screen, it was so fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's the
It
real.
was so fantastic. And with the same dress, you know, I go to a casino. Because the man who really wanted to kill me, he was the owner of the casino. This was the story. And I go in the same dress, torn, full of mud and everything. And my producer was saying, you know, you should change the dress and, you know, go with the glamour and everything. I said, no. He must know what I am. And then, you know, over there, you know, how I try to overpower him and all, and thrash him and all with those dress of mine and all. That was liked by the people immensely. A common man. It was the identification of a common man.
So this is how you stay in character, basically, that I keep telling you, you know. This is how you hold the
now
character.
these days the things are not there.
It's not there.
Unfortunately, in India today, you know, our guys are now dancers and, you know, there's more emphasis on dancing and more emphasis on, not on scenes.
Yeah.
More emphasis
Not
on
characters.
sleekness, you know,
Correct.
style, and not less on
You know, they'll be
drama,
doing a village scene
storytelling.
and it is a story of a very big town. You see the people dress in a different way altogether.
Much more realistic.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
You know, when we were doing the casting for Jungle Book in India, the casting lady had gone specifically for like 1 week to look for cast members out of India. And in Bombay, there's a theatre. And
Competition. I once gave a star, I was once working with him.
yeah.
And, you know, he used to send his secretary to the studio. He just find out when Sunil Dutt enters the studio, and I'll be roaming on the road, in the car, moving around. And when you come outside the studio,
Yeah.
and when you see my car, stop the car, and now tell me that Sunil Dutt is already in, then I will enter.
Oh my
So
God.
I should not enter before Sunil Dutt enters the studio.
Oh my God. Yeah. This
Is an actor?
Conversation will be later.
Yeah, very famous actor.
Wow.
So once there was a fight on the makeup room,
yeah.
and I'm a guy, you know, under the shade of a tree, I keep a chair and I put makeup
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's no problem. And he insisted on a makeup room special for him.
Yeah.
And they said no, because see, that is a bigger star. You got a producer, and we have fixed up this room for him and all. So nothing will. I want an exclusive room for myself. So producer came crying to me. I said, give it to him, yeah, let's start it.
Yeah, because also, I think also
Movie that is important, not the makeup room that is important.
what he's saying is something also very important. You know, also you have to know when you have to be humble. You know, because this business also is very unforgiving. Once you make one,
Once we're shooting, and where we find there's some difference, that some importance is given, being given to another actor, and the director is going out of the way, doing a thing, then we definitely put down. Because it's going against the character.
yeah.
So, otherwise I've never had any hassle with any star. Nobody.
So what's your favorite movie that you did?
You know this, I think everybody asks.
No, I'm just curious because we have
I was-
awesome.
I was in Vancouver, I was being interviewed on the TV. So they asked me the same question.
Yeah.
So I told them, I said, look, you know, suppose I have my 5 sons. And if you ask me who's the best son that you have out of these 5,
Oh my
I said, as a father, can I say this? Who's the best one? Not to me, all the best. All of them.
Yeah, great.
Best son, the best.
Yeah, but some of them come out to be larger than life, I think. In some of the movies that
No,
you've done.
no, the question is that, you know, I have not done films for money. Money, of course, you need.
Yeah.
End result.
But you know, I did films for my satisfaction with myself here. That if it touches me here, a role, anything, then money was never totally immaterial. After Mother India, when the Mother India was released, you know, the people were crazy after seeing this film of mine. And at that time, Dilip Kumar used to get 1,50,000 rupees. And I was being offered 1 lakh. And imagine if a young guy who slept on the footpaths and studied, and he became a star. And, you know, I was getting 800 rupees a month by myself. For Mother India. For first movie that I signed, I was getting 300 rupees in regular platform. Very Ramesh Sagar's movie. You know, 300 rupees. So all of a sudden, 1 lakh. And there was a great temptation for a person who has suffered, who has stepped on the footpaths and everything. So I said, but the roles they are giving me, there's some tough guy in the village.
Because they're sort of following the
Gaon ka
Mother
ladka,
India,
all the, and the similar roles like Birju's role in Mother
yeah.
India. So then I thought I'll be typed, totally typed. And one day people will get fed up of me. So at that time, Bimal Rai called me. He was making Sujata. And that was a totally different role altogether. It was so role of a professor, a Brahman professor, dhoti pehni hui, soft-spoken guy, and Birju's character was different. And in love with the untouchable girl. And I liked the story immensely. I said, my God, this will be something to say.
Totally different
perform,
from Birju.
and everything.
Totally.
And Bimal told me, Sunil, you know, you are being offered a lot of money and my budget is not so much. So I said, Dada, how much you want to give me? He said, 25,000 rupees. I said, done. And I did Sujata, 25,000 rupees.
Madhoo, we need actors like that. You know some?
And
No,
lately,
they are actors. Yeah.
and Raju, lately what happened? You know, Bimal's family, they formed a trust. And they announced, you know, an award every year to the best director. Because he was a very good director. You know. And in that trust, you know, they called me to inaugurate that trust, and a lot of people were there. And I especially mentioned about this. So I said, today I feel that I owe that 25,000 rupees to Bimal. So I gave them 10,000 rupees. I said I can afford 10,000 rupees now.
Wow.
But I will add 15,000 rupees more also, so that I pay back whatever he gave to me at that time. Because I learned so much while working with him.
You
So
see,
this is how you feel. You feel if you are a creative person, you will definitely admire and respect the creative people. If you just come in the profession for the sake of glamour, कि oh my God, Sanjay Dutt कितने लंबे बाल हैं, Sanjay Dutt तो ये करता है, Sanjay Dutt ये गाड़ी है. So that is different thing. You know, if you go see Sanjay Dutt is a good performer, and what Sanjay Dutt has gone through to perform, what training he has gone through, what, you know, how much hard work and labor he has put in. And if you want to become like him, then money is not the thing that, you know,
it's
God
not
is
a
not the
value.
thing. It is your performance. It is Sanjay Dutt that you see on the screen. That is important. It's not Sanjay Dutt how he lives, which car he sits in. That is not important. For us, we were also inspired by so many actors here in Hollywood, like Marlon Brando and James Dean and these people and all. But we never bothered. James Dean कौन सी गाड़ी में Porsche गाड़ी में जाता है तो हम भी Porsche गाड़ी में जाए, no? His performance, my God, what performance this guy gave. And we could also create something like that in our country and do something. So that is very important. That is very important. If that is not there, then you just live like an ordinary actor, you know, you make little money, you have a car, you have a house, and okay. But you will not hit the headlines, never. To hit the headlines, you have to give, not receive. You have to give. And that is very important. And you know how much you give, that is very vital. And these are basic tests. You know, after Reshwan Shera, there were debts on me of about 60 lakhs. 60 lakhs in those days. I'm talking in 68, 69. The 60 lakhs were like more than 6-7 crore rupees. And my house was mortgaged, my cars were mortgaged, everything. And a lot of people told me to become insolvent. And I went to my advocate and he told me, okay, it will not be good to a man of your reputation, you will be insolvent. So I told him, I said, look, I hate to go to a police station and I hate to go to a court. So if you can save me, so it's okay. He said, I will see to it that I don't, nobody takes you to the court. I said, wonderful. I said, I have faith in me. I have 3 movies and I know what I am and I'll definitely come back. I said, okay. And then those movies also stopped because the finances were not giving money to those people to complete the movies, because at that time I had gone down very badly in the profession. Then there were some producers who were giving me roles, have a 10 days work, guest role. You take 5 lakhs rupees and do 10 days work. Take 1 lakh rupees per day and do 3 days work and everything. And Mr. Vadu, my advocate, he came to know that I'm refusing all of those. He says, Sweet, what are you doing here? You do about 10, 50 films like this, and you will pay back the bloody debts and everything like that, So I told him, I said, Vadu Sahab, I don't want to be a prostitute. I don't want to do a prostitution with my work. This is my profession which I love. And I know what I am. And I said, don't make me a prostitute. And then he got up and embraced me. He said, Sunil, I'm proud of you, yeah. I said, let my house go, let my cars go. But I'm not going to do this, the thing which I don't like. I will never, for the sake of money, do this, that I have to pay my debts and everything. And to my good luck, God was very kind to me. All my 3 movies, when they released, they were the biggest hits. Pran Jai Ba Bachana Jai, Geeta Mera Naam, Heera, one after the other. And the people started pouring in again. So the producers, my house used to be full. There was nobody earlier. So, and I will embrace all those people again. But my wife will say, my God, what are you doing? This guy never looked at you. No, he's coming to you, you're embracing him. I said, I don't want to be that guy. I'm Sunil Dutt. If I behave the same way, I'll be like that guy. So let him come. It's okay. When it happens in life.
But also, it's a very lonely business. When you're successful, it's like you are the guy. There are the pros and cons that you will take along with it.
When we are reading a scene.
Oh, how nice. So repeat this. Make them understand what you're saying. This is what I try to tell them.
Exactly. So this is what it is. Okay, how visually is going to, how to create this. A scene that you are enacting, whatever the scene is written, how it will be projected on the screen. I mean, this is where, while coming, Raju and myself, we were discussing that people send you scripts about 500 pages and all. But writing a screenplay is a different thing altogether. That there you write details, how and what approach you want to have, what will be the light effects and all, what this scene should be planted at what time, whether it be planted in the morning, and when you have a morning scene. In India, of course, here I think different type of music and all, but in India we have different ragas. Early morning music, sunrise. Then there are certain scenes that, when we were making, there are certain scenes. They were very, very dramatic scenes. I mean, the tremendous difference between husband and wife. The children are there. And we kept the room total dark. And we kept Diwali outside. And we had all those, lights outside and those anar, and in the room, in the darkness of the room, the most intense scene is going on. And the people are enjoying outside. So this is
very symbolic.
This how do you do it? How you do? How you visualize a scene?
You visualize the whole thing when it's being written. That's how you know a good script and a good scene, a good screenplay.
Do you get?
I worked in a film called Amarpali. हमको ज़रा हिंदी आती नहीं है. I I kept a professor. He was a professor of Hindi in Allahabad University. I called him. He was 6 months with me to correct me, because I was playing a king. And I said, king can't speak wrong Hindi. So this guy used to be there. This is very vital. This is how things are done, because I don't know in the modern times.
I think even today, it's, the people are seriously professional. They do take the time.
Then they have a more sort of, they feel more comfortable to express themselves. They've been earlier schools over there today, all these actors. And according to me, this Roshan, he's the best in Bombay. He was in Pune Institute earlier.
I have him signed up to come
He has a
for
school
my
there?
school.
Oh,
Really?
I have him signed to come for my school.
Why don't you call him here?
Chandra
Let
is
him
calling.